What are decimals or fractions in hundredths? If a whole is divided into 100 equal parts, and if one part is shaded, it is equal to 1 out of 100 or 1 over 100, which is read as 100. If we were to change it to 0.1, it means 1/10. So 100th is not 0.1, but instead it is 0.01. If one part or 1 out of 100 is 0.01, then 3 parts or 300ths is equivalent to 0.03. 6 parts is equal to 600ths or 0.06. 9 equal parts or 900ths is equal to 0.09. How about if there are 15 parts or 1500ths? It's equal to 0.15. 29 parts or 2900ths, 0.29. 65 out of 100 or 6500ths, 0.65. How about if a whole is shaded? So there are 100 out of 100 or 100 hundredths, that is equal to 1.00 or simply one whole. If you notice, when a number is in hundredths, it has 2 decimal places. A decimal can also be more than one whole. Look at this. In the first figure, all its 100 equal parts are shaded. So the fraction for its shaded parts is 100 over 100. In the second figure, there are only 25 equal parts that are shaded. So it's 25 over 100. Adding the two fractions, we get 125 over 100. Or in decimal, this is 1.25 or 1 whole and 25 hundredths. Changing 100 hundredths to 1 whole and adding it to 25 over 100, we get a mixed number of 1 and 25 hundredths, which is also equal to 1.25. Another example. In the first two figures from the left, all its parts are shaded, so we get a fraction of 100 hundredths or 1 whole for the first two figures. And in the last figure, only 64 out of 100 are shaded, so we have 64 hundredths. Adding the fractions in the upper part, we get 264 hundredths or 2.64. Adding 1 and 1, we get 2. And adding it to 64 hundredths, so we get a mixed number of 2 and 64 hundredths, which is also equal to 2.64. At this time, let's have exercises. Change 127 out of 100 in decimal. This is equal to 1.27. 396 out of 100 or 396 hundredths, 3.96. 549 out of 100 or 549 hundredths, 5.49. 1038 out of 100 or 1038 hundredths, 10.38. Decimals in hundredths can also be illustrated using a number line. From 0 to 1, it's divided into 100 equal parts. That is why 1 whole here is equivalent to 100 hundredths. Since the number line is only divided into 10 equal parts, then we are going to count each division by tenths. So what is the decimal with an x? Counting from 0, we have 10, 20. So this is 20 out of 100, or in decimal, 0.20. If we were to write the fraction by tenths, then this is 2 out of 10, which is equivalent to 0.2. Looking at this, we can say that 2 tenths and 20 hundredths are equivalent fractions, and 0.20 and 0.2 are equivalent decimals. How about this one? Okay, starting from 20, we have 30, 40, 50, 60. This is 60 out of 100, or 0.60. Writing this in tenths, this is 6 out of 10, or 0.6. Again, the two fractions are equal, and also the two decimals are the same. Another example, from 4 to 5, it's divided into 100 equal parts. 4 wholes is equivalent to 400 hundredths, and 500 hundredths. So since this is divided into 10, then we again count by 10. What's the decimal with an X? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 wholes, and 40 over 100. Or in decimal, 4.40. Writing this mixed number in tenths, this is only equal to 4 and 4 tenths. But in decimal, this is 4.4. Again, the two mixed numbers and the two decimals are equal. How about this? So this is 4 and 80 over 100, or 4.80. Writing the mixed number in tenths, this is only 4 and 8 tenths, or 4.8. But again, the two mixed numbers are equal, and the two decimals are equal. Let's have exercises. Change each fraction in hundredths as a decimal. 0.03, 0.09, 0.61, 4.52, 14.02, 8.57. Next, 0.08, 0.91, 12.19, and 92.01. Now, let's convert fractions to decimals whose denominators are not 100. Simply remember pairs of factors of 100, such as 20 and 5, or 5 and 20, 50 and 2, or 2 and 50, and 25 and 4, or 4 and 25. For example, 1/4. The denominator is 4. You cannot make 4 10, but you can make it 100 by multiplying 4 by 25. So 4 times 25, 1 times 25. Then you will get an equivalent fraction of 25 over 100, which is equal to 0.25. Another example, 7 out of 20. You multiply 20 by 5. Multiply also 7 by 5. So we get an equivalent fraction of 35 over 100, and in decimal, 0.35. Next, 3 and 13 over 50. The denominator is 50. Simply multiply it by 2. Do the same with 13, so we get an equivalent mixed number of 3 and 26 over 100, which is equal to 3.26. Another example, 21 over 20. We multiply 20 by 5 and also 21 by 5. So we get 105 over 100. This is equivalent to 1.05 in decimals. 29 over 50. Simply multiply 50 by 2 and also 29 by 2. So we get 58 over 100, which is 0.58. Next, or the last, we have 9/4. Multiply 4 by 25, also 9 by 25. and it's equivalent to 225 over 100, which is 2.25 in decimal. Thank you so much for watching. Again, whatever problems we have, whether in math or in life, there is always one or more solutions that the Lord will provide. Decimals or fractions in hundredths are obtained when a whole is divided into 100 equal parts. Each part is 1/100th or 0.01. If we were to rate our righteousness, no matter how hard we try, we always score 0% or fall short in God's eyes. But despite our sinfulness, God showed His 100% love for us by sending His only Son, Jesus. This is Teacher Zilla reaching out to you from Cagayan de Oro, your Pinay Math